going to read the oath of office here.
I state your name.
I, Thomas Allen,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
That I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
And that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of which I'm about to enter.
the duties of the office upon which I am to.
So help me God.
So help me God. Good.
It's all yours, man.
All right, well, hey, thank you very much, sir, for coming up. I really appreciate that. And even more important, I appreciate you all taking some time to maybe change out a little bit faster after Workout Wednesday and to get here and to be part of it. And I hope you worked out because we got a few Chick-fil-A sandwiches and stuff like that. You know, for me, this is my second time in D1, so I think I'm working towards that D1 Mafia card, but they're telling me 30 years apart from tours is not the way that you get it. So we will see how we do on that. When you get to this, I think you have a lot of people that kind of come in and out of your life, and it's funny, as I even look into this crowd to see some of the people that have come in and out of my life here. I'm really honored to have Captain Al Young here today, and this just happened to be happenstance. So Al was Sector Key West when I was Sector Jacksonville. When I was at headquarters doing some program management stuff, he was a detailer. Al has always been willing to listen to me and help me. And would you end up retiring with 38 years, Al? 38 years, and I mean that is a great career. And then we go over here to Admiral Smith, who is now hitting on 40 years, and you always hate when you got two guys who've been in service a lot longer than you, and they look so much better. But it's truly great to have people coming up. Two things about this promotion that we talk about. So my dad was a civilian in the Coast Guard for a number of years. He was at D2, so for those of you who go, we don't even have a D2. That was St. Louis, so yes, the Coast Guard has changed since the beginning of time. We got rid of districts before and it passed. But I was the oldest of seven, and he said, hey, go anywhere you want to, as long as it starts with U.S. and it's free. And so that's what I did. I went to the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. And I will tell you, I had a chance to do some other things. I figured I'd go to the Coast Guard Academy for 2 weeks, make the parents happy, and then I'd be on. So 35 years later, my wife says I'm just pig-headed. So I say I just love the people and what I've done and how we're doing it. So I really appreciate that. And to my family, you know, you never get enough time to say thank you. So first I'll start to my kids, and I know a lot of them couldn't be here today. We just did a couple weekends ago, we got to be together for my son's high school graduation, our last high school graduation, so it's funny to watch that. But for all of you that have kids, you know the pain that brings, right? You know, they get settled into an area, all of a sudden you say, hey, great news, we're going to go to another cool place, and it doesn't matter how cool that place is, it's a tough move and it's a tough time. Even our son who's in college, you go, okay, he's in college, but you know, we rip him out of Florida, bring him up here where he's working, and but not around a lot of the friends that are back at FMA. So to all my kids, they are great and they really make it. And then to my wife, who's been here for a long time, not a short time. You know, I married her when she was 2, and she's really done a lot for me. And I got to tell you, she was upstairs. Working on one of my memos before she came down here to give me the better words. And she's done that throughout my whole career. And she's always been there when we've had a rough night with SAR cases, and you go and tell families that their loved ones aren't getting back. She's always been there for me. So Kim, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. The other thing I will tell you that's special to me today is today is the last day that, so I'm actually promoting tomorrow, frocking today. We didn't want this to get in the way of Sector Southeast New England's big event tomorrow. And so they were nice enough to come up here. But today is the last day that Admiral Charlie Ray is in the Coast Guard. So you saw he had a big retirement. This is the last day he's in. So one of the things he did just before I left headquarters was he gave me these shoulder boards. And so it's really cool to be able to put on his shoulder boards. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of pressure trying to carry Charlie Ray. So if I screw up, it's probably because I'm wearing the other shoulder board. All right. So just so you guys know that. And the other thing I'll say, as we talk about Coast Guard, so many Coast Guard men and women have been instrumental in my life. I think Kim always reminding my grandmother who lived to be 100 reminded me, you always have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use it that way, right? Listen more than you speak. And it's great to have great people that help you. So, Master Chief, I was so honored to have you kind of read the oath of office for me. Thank you for doing that. This is our second time together, and I couldn't be happier to work with you and all you're doing. And then for everyone, I could go just about through everyone here and say thank you, but especially for Matt, for Corey, and for Jenna, wherever she is. Thank you guys for all that you do, because Kim knows I am not good at the little details, so these three keep that together so that I can focus on some other things. So I'll go through and say thank you to everyone at some point, but I really appreciate you coming down here. I hope you take the chance to come up, have a cup of coffee. And I told my wife, she's like, well, what do you want to do for food? So we got the little donuts, but I was like, we got to bring a little south up to the north with the Chick-fil-A biscuits. So we got there early, because every time you go to Chick-fil-A down south for breakfast, it's a long, long wait. We were the only ones in the store. I couldn't believe it. And then because we were ordering chicken biscuits, they're like, well, here in New England we have sausage biscuits, so we got sausage biscuits. I've never seen that at Chick-fil-A too, but please enjoy a little bit of that. Thank you for coming out today and really just honoring me and my family. And thanks for all you do. And finally, as always, hit it hard, hit it fast. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Right, well, that wraps up this part of the morning anyway. And if folks, like we normally do, just sort of come around and congratulate Admiral Allen and his family, I know that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks.
Going this one now?
We'll see how it goes.
Usually it's the other way around.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think we'll tell them.